Not the way you want to do that. This video is sponsored by Samsung. What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and today we're gonna be checking out this guy right here, the brand new Samsung T9. Now, I've been a long time user of Samsung's T series, but today we're gonna go over what's new with the T9 and all of the tech that it can work with. So whether you're a creator and you're thinking about editing, shooting, maybe even shooting with your iPhone, I'll show you guys how it works with everything. And even if you're more of a gamer, we'll show you some cool things that you can do with it here as well and how it performs. So let's get into it. And all right, guys, this is it. This is the Samsung T9. You can go up to 4 terabytes with this, with great speeds, which we'll talk about later. And it's kind of cool to see how the T line has evolved from the original T1 all the way to the T3, T5, T7, T7 Touch, T7 Shield, to the 9. There's been a lot, but this is like the culmination of it all. One thing that I'm super happy about is that they've all kept that slim form factor that made them so famous. But you might notice that it has this rubberized coating on it, similar to the T7 Shield that Samsung came out with. Now, what's nice is this is not the T9 Shield, this is just the T9, but Samsung has adopted the rubberized coating to just be a part of the base model, which is great for protection because it can withstand up to like a 3-meter drop, which we all know is the scariest thing when it comes to any external drive. So being able to take a fall is awesome here. But what's also really nice is this rubberized coating makes it really easy for it to just stay on a desk. You don't have to worry about like it sliding off or potentially falling. It stays in place really well with that coating on it. So it's good all around. The only thing that I could potentially call out is the fact that it can attract some dust or some little debris pieces that you can wipe them off. But aside from that, this is all good. And you guys see it for yourself. On the box, it's rated for up to 2,000 megabytes read and write speed. So it's a really, really fast drive. Now, before you go running to buy it and expecting those kind of speeds, I will say you will need to use it with a USB 3.2 port, actually a USB 3.2 Gen 2x2, which you're not gonna find on every single device, but it is a pretty specific port to hit those maximum speeds. But I will say this though, even though you may not have a device right now with that port, the speeds that you get without it are really fast enough to do anything that we're talking about today. You can pretty much think of it as future-proofing your SSD, so when you get a new device with the port, as they become more popular, you'll have even more speed to access once you use that new device. Now with this kind of portability and it being able to go up to 4 terabytes of storage, we can use it over here for more of our professional use cases like making these videos. So we've got a big one over here. This is massive tech unboxing, and you guys can see it's running at full 4K quality here, and it runs super smoothly. Move around clips, do whatever we need to without any issue. It reads all of these massive files with no problem. So this is gonna be perfect for us on the go when we've got like those really large files that we need to work with. Instead of having it on our laptop, we can work right off the drive, which makes it really convenient if we need to share files between different computers. And even with our really crazy red footage, you guys can see it for yourself, it works just fine. So in the professional setting, in terms of like making videos, it's great. Now, videographers out there love this combo. A Blackmagic camera, this is Dom's camera over here. So a Blackmagic camera, and you can combine an SSD so that you can record right off of the camera itself. Now, this is great for a setup like this because you're not just getting hundreds of gigabytes, you're getting a full-on terabyte up to 4 terabytes of storage, which is just not what you get when you're trying to shoot videos on cameras like these. So having access to these giant SSDs, you can record for a really long time. So with 4 terabytes, let's see what we got in terms of recording time.
848 minutes.
And this is 6K raw?
Yeah, 6K raw.
That's insane. 848, what? What's the math on that? How many hours is 848 minutes? So with 6K raw files, we're looking at over 14 hours of potential shooting. Mind-blowing stuff for creators.
And the good thing is you don't have to transfer.
Oh, you're right, Jay. You don't even have to transfer. Once you're done shooting, you just edit right off of the same SSD.
That's what I do.
So not only do you get far more storage, but this is also way cheaper and faster storage than like something you would use with an SSD or whatever kind of cards you might be needing for your camera. It doesn't just work with cameras like this, even the iPhone, you can use it as well. Now, thanks to the introduction of USB Type-C on the new iPhones, with the Pro models, you also get access to Apple ProRes, so that's a high quality video format so that you can basically take your files over to a computer and do some serious editing with them. And now, instead of relying on the internal storage on your iPhone, which mine is maxing out at 18 minutes right now, instead of shooting on the storage of your phone, you can do it on one of these guys. But now, let's say I grab this SSD that we've been working off of with these guys over here, and I plug this in. I'll be going from 18 minutes to 475 minutes, and that is with that 700 gig project on here. So you can add a ton of recording time, and it's actually insane. So this can help you make the perfect ProRes iPhone shooting setup. Personally, if you're gonna be shooting ProRes, I think it needs to be to an SSD. Shooting it directly onto your phone, it's just gonna eat up too much storage. And especially if you're out and about doing like some run and gun stuff and you're just like trying to capture a bunch of really awesome looking content, you can also feel pretty confident that with something like this, with this rubberized body, if you're outdoors with potential, things for it to fall on, you know that it's going to be safe. So it just makes life a little bit easier, takes a little bit less worry out of being able to be run and gun. Honestly, the fact that I have about 8 hours of shooting time right now with my iPhone is mind blowing. My phone won't even last that long.
You probably won't last that.
I won't last that long. My battery will run out too. So as you can see, it's one of the best options you can get for the iPhone 15, or even if you use a professional camera to record with, because you can take that footage and send it right over to your favorite editing software on your computer, whether it's a MacBook, even an iPad if you want to, or even a Windows device. Being able to record right to the SSD and then edit right after you're done shooting is a huge bonus to the workflow. Now, obviously, it's gonna be great for any kind of workflows that you're using over here, but for the folks that aren't like creators or anything like that, maybe you just wanna use your laptop and potentially game. It's great for that as well. So over here, I've got it connected to my Legion 9i, and listen, you guys, gaming on this is awesome. Now, not only is it fast enough to run all of your favorite games with no issues, but it also just helps you to save on your Oh, am I getting shot at? All right, let's pause. Anyway, it's awesome to be able to download games right onto the SSD. That way you're not using up storage on your laptop. And if you're planning on taking your laptop anywhere to do some gaming, this is a really small form factor. You can throw it in your backpack, have all of your games on here. It's honestly just a better way of storing your games, because you can take those same games and then put them onto other systems. So we've got the ROG Ally over here, which is a Windows device. So if I wanted to take this game that I'm playing over here onto this, I can do that. So if you've got something like the ROG Ally over here, I don't have Armored Core on this because that would just take up, 60 gigs of space? I don't want to do all that. So this does have like a micro SD card slot. Unfortunately, with this particular system, micro SD cards don't work out too well. But we do have our SSD over here, so I can just go ahead and grab that, pop it in here, and now that I've got my SSD plugged in, I can access Armored Core. I can just hit play, accept, and boom, just like that, you guys, we've got Armored Core right here. This is actually my first time playing on the Ally. This is not bad looking. So speed's not a concern here. It's playing super smoothly. So whether you're on a laptop or maybe even a system like this, you can literally take your library anywhere you want and switch between systems, all with no problem. So if you want to play on your laptop, your desktop, your ROG, you can do that. Now, there's gonna be some kind of accessory that you can just strap onto this so it can hold the SSD. I know they've got one for the Steam Deck, right, Dom?
I think so.
It holds like a portable charger. It could hold an SSD too. Anyway, we're thinking of making contraptions like these. Either way though, The T9 has a ton of flexibility, whether you're a creator, a gamer, or you just want to use it for personal use. It's got the fast speeds, it's got the durability, and the overall tiny footprint. This one, pretty much checks all the boxes. Now, of course, if you guys are interested, I'll have it linked down below in the description. This is absolutely going in the gadget backpack. It's a no-brainer. But that about wraps it up for this video, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be the cool guy or girl that gives this video a thumbs up. Tell me, what do you think about the changes of the T9? I'll catch you all in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace.
Take your library with you.
Take the whole thing.
That is a cool phrase.
Right? You can do photo library, you can do your game library, your music library. Possibilities are endless.